Hi folks, Kevin here. Well, I thought I'd get the DJI drone Phantom 4 out and shoot some video. I shot this video on April 27th, 2017, and right below us right now is the Pond 1, kidney-shaped pond with the peninsula with the willow tree in the center of the peninsula. And now I'm flying around a bit and we'll be looking at some of this is the second food forest area. We're at about 450 foot elevation. The road is to our right hand side. You can see some of the swale system in this video, and you'll see some raised garlic beds as well. And we'll be taking a look around. The little mini excavator up there in almost your right hand corner, mid-screen right side. And we'll be flying around here. This was the first rather calm day as far as wind goes. The sun was out for a couple of hours, and it was in between rain, so it was actually a good day to shoot some video. What I'm trying to do now, I got this drone back in the fall, and I shot some video with that before. You've seen in previous drone videos that I posted. And what I want to do is record aerial footage throughout the year so I can document, the flowering times, the water flow on the systems, the changes that we make to the drainage systems, the excavation, the earthworks that we do over time and all. And so I'm hovering now over Pond 1 and driving Pepe ahead there. To your right, you can see some of the wood chips in the area. Those are raised garlic beds that I've been creating here, creating soil up in this area. Remember, this was all gravel bed when you refer to the hugelkultur pit video, hugelkultur pits. There's Pond 2 ahead of us. You can see some of the swales radiating out, many of the tree tubes there as well. Excuse me. And unfortunately, the day that I shot this video, I had a crash, and the drone was hovering at about 115 feet, lost power, and just dropped out of the sky. I think it's a controller error, so hopefully it's covered under warranty. Below us right now are the raised garlic beds. You can see the swale there, and some of the secondary the second food forest. You can see some of the tree tubes all around there. I'll be changing some of those soon because the trees are getting too big for those tree tubes. Here I'm coming close over Pond 2. You can see the L-shaped waterway that makes sort of a moat around the house and the Zone 1 garden. And that's the soil collection system. On the left-hand side of it is the hugelkultur terrace, and then the road there on the right-hand side of your screen. Now I'm just panning around. You can see on April 27th, we're just leafing out on just a few of the trees there. There's Pond 1 looking back, the roadway, the blue spruces along the road. The tree tubes contain the Chinese chestnuts also there. Below us now are 3 of the raised garlic beds there. A lot of wood chip mulching around those. To the far left lower hand corner of the screen, there's areas where I had done some recent excavation that I've posted in a recent video. And so I'm just going to be flying around here. So that the day this day that this happened, one of the things I wanted to do is document some of the flowering of many of the trees, the fruit and nut trees that I've had to transplant as a result of loss due to deer rub, which is a previous video, and other issues. So and our high winds that we have have actually blown off some of our tree tags. There's so many different varieties of apple trees and peaches and nectarines and all. So 2 goals I have is, besides having disease-resistant species and appropriate size trees, dwarf, semi-dwarf and all, to reduce the amount of pruning that has to be done, I really wanted to make sure that we have pollen and nectar from the very earliest part of spring to the last parts of fall available for all the insects that are around. Lots of farmscaping, and I'll create videos showing more zoomed in images of what we're talking about with the farmscaping. But I really wanted to be able to document which trees are budding out, and certainly seeing with the apple trees, they're just getting ready now. I'm creating the audio for this file on May 4th. So the apple trees, some of the tip fruiting varieties are starting to leaf out now, and you can see little buds on the tips of the branches. And so we're just trying to document which trees are producing flowers at what times and all. Actually, it's May 4th, as I said, and we had almost a frost last night. So that's something that many of the area people are out there with air blowers and water sprays trying to keep the flowering buds on their apple trees today from freezing. Okay, I'm doing a flyover of pond 2 now. I make a couple of passes here. You can see the house, and it's sort of an endless pool at this side where the spillway is here, and it goes down over the bank between those lines and down into the soil collection spillway. There's our Zone 1, part of the Zone 1 garden area. And it sort of makes a moat around the house, kind of neat. Pond 2 there, the spillway. I really like this. I've got a lot more work to do to help stabilize the soil here on the surface. It's a wide spillway, so it works extremely well, but I need to get a lot of flat rocks there to keep erosion from happening. I just did you could see some of the cloudiness of the water there from patching some of the spillway soil, replacing some of that. Those are trees that I just passed over that I just recently transplanted on site, some of the crab apples, getting ready for pick your own fruit gardens on the other side of the main access road, the driveway, which I'm not going to show yet. So there's me with Pepe. We're looking around. This is the area just in front of us. We're going to fly over now where the windrow of the composting is done. We just flew over the horseradish. Now we're coming over some of the garlic beds. Too heavily mulched. I'll shoot a video showing some of the consequences of not really making sure that you have a thin mulch over your garlic beds. As you can see as we go over here, there's one of the swale systems. Some more fruit trees just transplanted. Can't really shoot directly here. Going to hit some branches if I'm not careful, so I'm going to fly around there. And unfortunately, when the drone crashed, the video that I had shot over the first food forest didn't come out. It shows 1.9 gigabyte. I tried downloading some software to see if I could repair the MP4 video, but it didn't work. There's the herb garden that's getting worked on now. You can see cardboard laying in that. Again, the canal system. You can see some of the fruit trees and tree tubes to the left side, and some of the perennial berry bushes, sea berries and all. The last time I was able to get the drone out was during the winter solstice video that is posted, if you look for that one. That was the last calm day that wasn't snowing or raining. And when you take these drones out, you really want to avoid high wind conditions, which we have frequently on this property. And you want to get out when there's some sunshine as well. It's challenging trying to enhance the lighting effect on the videos. You really don't get good color and good images otherwise. See our swales and mounds to our right hand side there. And I think I go up in altitude here. I probably only get about 100 feet if I remember correctly. Panning around the roadway to the top right of the screen. We just passed, and now we can see some of the swale systems, some of the various tree tubes and fruit trees there. The willow on the other side of the willow on the right side of your screen is where the hazelnuts are located. Again, over pond 2. and as I get more comfortable flying this around the property. I'm a little bit nervous whenever the trees aren't leafed out, because I may not be able to see some of the small branches that are there and could potentially crash it. And unfortunately it did crash. This time it wasn't the result of any of my activities, so hopefully this gets repaired without any further problems. So if you thought this video was of any value, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.